Welcome to Eyewitness News at noon. I'm Carlos Diaz. We're going to have more coverage on what Donald Trump had to say in his first press conference as president-elect coming up. But first, we've got some breaking news to tell you about right here in Indianapolis. Our city has a new police chief. His name is Bryan Roach, and he's speaking right now. Let's take that live and listen in.
Sure that a criminal investigation is not jeopardized, or victims and witness information is not shared, or juveniles are protected. There are all those reasons. Absent those, there is no reason for me not to be as transparent as possible. I want you to know who I am. I want you to know what our police department stands for, and I want that trust, that community, so that we can work together. I've been clear, and it's been clear to me. Not as a young officer, you don't figure it out, but as an older officer, I can't solve the world's problems. I need others to do that, and in order to do that, they have to trust me. I have to be transparent, and they can't think that I'm hiding anything.
What's going to be the hardest part of your job? Probably getting my philosophy pushed all the way down to the officer that shows up at your house on a run. To be honest with you, great men and women of the police department, but we have a difficulty communicating all the way down so that what the command staff needs and things like criminal justice reform, those ideas, I can change behavior all day long, but it's that mindset. Can I get the officers to understand that there's real meaning behind those things that we're asking them to do? Once they figure that out, I don't have to lead them. They lead themselves.
Chief, you're currently about 24 detectives in the homicide department. You inherited about 90 unsolved homicides from last year. I guess A, where would you say getting those cases solved ranks in your priority list? And B, since you talked about allocation of resources, are you considering providing more officers, detectives, resources to homicide, or how are you going to go about addressing that?
So one area in my career, of all the things that I've done, that I feel not as competent as other areas is investigations. I was a narcotics detective. It's a little different than investigating a homicide. That's why I have people like Randy Taylor. So homicides, they occurred. They do a great job of solving those. It kind of goes back to the trust question. I think we can solve those better if our relationships with the community is a little better. They constantly run into people not wanting to share information. We want to hopefully open that dialogue a little more. One of my other concerns is non-fatal shootings. I still have a person that's alive. I can glean a little more information about what actually occurred, what are some of the underlying issues. I think if I can have an impact on non-fatal shootings, I think I can have an impact on the homicides. Every homicide case is important. Is 24 detectives enough for the 149 homicides that we had last year? Probably not. Are there enough officers on middle shift on the East District? Probably not. But I think it goes back to the question that you had. I think, and I'm positive, that with the command staff we can work within those parameters and make sure that we're delivering the best service possible.
Any changes in the command staff coming up that we should look for?
So there's always change, right? New guy, new understanding, new initiatives, new goals and objectives. Mostly not. In my mind, I think we'll have to sit down and discuss what does that look like in the future. But everybody standing up here is more than competent in the job that they're doing. I think it's important that we move forward in a consistent manner, and that the people that know the jobs, and they've been in them a short time, some of them, and I think they need to be given the opportunity to succeed.
So you're listening right now to our new police chief of the IMPD, Bryan Roach. He's speaking right now. He has just been named the new chief of police by Mayor Joe Hogsett. We'll have much more on this a little bit later on Eyewitness News.